My name is Ankur Rishi. I work for ISL Consulting in San Francisco. Been working in Drupal for a few years. I contributed the location module probably back in 2005, I think it was, or towards the end of 2004. But I'm not the maintainer for that module anymore, though I do a lot of work with it and try to submit patches to it when I can. Forgive the technical difficulties. Give me a second. You guys don't mind if I do a reboot, do you? All right. So I guess while this is going, just out of curiosity, how many have you worked with the location module? Okay, and how many of you have worked with services? Okay, so a good fair number of you.
Your resolution's better.
Yeah, it's sent in too.
Oh, it is. Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, so I guess a semi-formal statement of the problem is that let's pretend that we're in the context of a mobile application, and we want to know, the holder of the mobile device wants to know what is around me. This could be restaurants or ATM locations or gas stations, you know, whatever is relevant to that mobile application. You want to ask the question, what is near me, basically. So more and more, well, in the past, to give you a little background, Drupal has always been kind of strictly a front end for back end data sources. In my experience, I've encountered a lot of situations where we will be aggregating data from other sources strictly for for the purpose of displaying them, making them look nice on your Drupal site. But more and more, Drupal is becoming the point of entry of a lot of data into a database, and more people want to use services to get that data. So in our particular demo, I'm going to be using a site we've been working on at ISL, where we have a bunch of vintage postcard images of landmarks in and around San Francisco, and we've geocoded them, and we have them, sitting in our database. You can view those images on a map on the website, and at ISL we've been working with the idea of one day making those images available to mobile applications. Any questions or? All right. So to show you the site. Let's end shadow. So here's not the most up-to-date copy of the site, but a copy of the site that is sufficient for our purposes today. So what we have here are a bunch of nodes that we've entered, using the Drupal interface. The content type, we call it old image within our application, and what it consists of are an image, the original postcard image of a San Francisco landmark, some caption data regarding that landmark, and a latitude longitude data. In some cases, we've input that latitude longitude by using the GMap input to select an exact latitude longitude locations. In others, we've relied on the geocoding capabilities of the GMap module to take an address that we input on the node entry form and get back a latitude longitude for us. So if you go to one of these, this is the old Civic Center auditorium. Here it is. And another node type we have on the site is a new image, where the idea is we have someone go off and try to replicate this image as much as possible by taking a photo of it today. And we have this little transition thing where if you hover over the image, it shows you what it looks like today. This map here, what it is a GMap with an old vintage map overlaid on top of it. So if you do it, let's see. Well, I don't think I could do it here, but back on the original map. so it's just a Gmail. So anyways, let's get back to what I was hoping to demonstrate to you was that all you need are a latitude and longitude, and you have enough to be able to set up a service by configuring location, views, and services so that when you supply the latitude, longitude as an argument to that view through the services, you can get back nodes that are near those coordinates. So in this case, let me just walk through the setup of my content types. We have our old image content type.
Do you know, is it possible to, I don't know, sorry if you cover this later on, but is it possible to do, put in the coordinates when you're submitting the node from the mobile phone? Does TMAP support that?
I believe it's possible to save a node using services. Like the integration that services has with the node module, I think there's a service method called node.save. And what you do with it is you pass it a bunch of node fields, and one of those node fields could be the latitude, longitude that the mobile app sets before it calls the web service.
And Neil Drum, I think, just wrote a new module for the Drupal redesign, which they're using the HTML5 whatever the geolocation capabilities in the browsers.
So when the visitors are hitting it, if you're hitting it from the mobile phone that's using the HTML5 location.
It could, yeah, so you could maybe pull that, use that to go in there, so it's I think the location module allows you to drag and drop an actual little pen on a map if you want to do that too.
Sure, yeah, I've seen that. I just was thinking because all the phones now know the location, so when you're submitting the content, being able to connect that way.
Yeah, and that is actually one of the ideas behind this, where you know, in the future when we do have mobile apps for this, you know, we'll want people to be able to retrieve the postcard image on their phone and then walk up to that actual location and take a photo and then have that upload using the web services for saving nodes. So here's our old image node type that we've defined. I guess doesn't work as well on a completely blank surface. Anyway, and so you know we've configured it to you know allow us to add locations to it. And then if we look at the fields, unfortunately the location fields that are not CCK fields, the module was written back before we had the CCK module available, and then even after that we haven't completely ever gotten around to making locations fully CCK compatible, though there is a contrib module called location CCK which allows that behavior, but the integration of those fields are not completely or as well integrated with views as the